Long time no see. So, I don't know what happened. The game just decided to go... Didn't drink its coffee today, so it's like, ah! And just stuck in that pose. So, basically, we're inside the prison and trying to escape. Let me go ahead and get this all set up real quick. I don't know, this is like the second time the game's frozen on me. Alright, just checking my audio. Audio good. Set it to the description. If I can. Thank you. Okay. Back in action. Alright, you stupid ingrates, get out of my way. Move it, ugly.
Key is useless.
What are you looking at? You in the market for a husband?
Probably because there's imperfections with the key.
Your key is useless.
What do you mean?
It did not fit the lock.
It's not meant to.
You forged a key that does not work.
Well, that all depends on what you mean by work. It'll get us out of here. Just not the way you expected.
Then how?
You're going to use it to get the real key off the warden. You have to swap yours for his.
Why not just have me take the real key? Why all this extra work?
He might notice if it went missing. This way, he'll be none the wiser.
And when he tries to use it?
He won't. That's why we're targeting him.
How do I reach the warden?
Yes. This next part, You may not like.
Oh, as if I've liked the others. Out with it.
You need to pick a fight.
What?
Pick a fight, and they'll throw you in the pit.
And how in the world does this help us?
The warden oversees the pit. Getting sent there is the only way to reach him.
I'll give you credit. You've given this plan to risk my life a great deal of thought.
Take down as many as you can. 1 or 2 will only serve to entertain the guards. You need to make them angry. We all have our part to play. Try not to die.
You guys have a good buddy system.
Fancy yourself a troublemaker, eh? Some time in the pits to cool your blood.
Look at all of you, pathetic, dirty wretches. You're not but swine, suckling at the teats of civilization. Thieves and scoundrels all. And do you acknowledge this? Do you repent and beg forgiveness? No. You elect instead to commit new and more terrible...
Need to take care not to raise the alarm.
You'll find Hickey through that door. It's where they keep the important prisoners. Nicer rooms, more space, those sorts of things. It seems even in prison, who you know makes all the difference.
Thank you, Mason, for everything. I will find a way to repay the favor when my work here is finished.
Not who you was expecting, am I right?
What have we here? I thought we'd finished off your kind.
You would like that, wouldn't you? To rid the world of all who do not share your views.
Guilty as charged. Your meddling in the revolution has caused us no small measure of grief. It cannot continue. Our work is too important. But what would you know beyond all the lies Achilles feeds you and the tales you tell yourself?
I know that the people wish to be free, and that men like Washington fight to make it so.
Please, the man is weak. He stumbles and stammers through each engagement, making it all up as he goes along. His pedigree is pathetic, his military record even more so. I could go on and on, but we'd be here for days, so manifold are his faults, so deficient are his merits. He must be dealt with. You as well. I will abide no more flies in the ointment.
Here's how it's gonna work. First we bind you and bring you to your cell. Then tomorrow, you go before the court, accused of plotting to kill good old Georgie. Maybe we could pin the murder of the warden on you too. You did kill him after all. And who wouldn't take the word of Charlie over here? Once that's all squared away, well then.
All those years ago, the child in the forest was you.
I said I would find you.
And so you have. But not quite as you had expected, am I right? You know, all of this might have been avoided had you only done what I asked. But what's done is done.
Up! Up with you! I said, get up! Walk!
Bye now.
Well, this is the end of the game. Just kidding.
Hello, Connor. Didn't think I'd miss your going away party, did ya? I hear Washington himself is going to be in attendance. Hope nothing bad happens to him.
You said there'd be a trial.
Oh, no trial for traitors, I'm afraid. Lee and Haytham sorted that. It's straight to the gallows for you.
I will not die today. The same cannot be said for you.
That's enough! Keep moving.
You are not alone. Only give a cry when you need us.
Forget about me. You need to stop Hickey. He's...
Up you go. Don't want to be late now, do we? You just had to be an hero, didn't you? You and Georgie both. Now you see what it gets you. A pine box and little else.
Brothers, sisters, fellow patriots. Several days ago, we learned of a scheme so vile, so dastardly, that even repeating it now disturbs my being. The man before you plotted to murder our much-beloved general. Indeed, what darkness or madness moved him, none can say, and he himself offers no defense, shows no remorse. And though we have begged and pleaded with him to share what he knows, he maintains a deadly silence. If the man will not explain himself, if he will not confess and atone, what other option do we have but this? He sought to send us into the arms of the enemy. And thus we are compelled by justice to send him from this world. May God have mercy on your soul.
Need to stop, Hickey. Go!
And Master will not abandon his little apprentice. He's like, crap!
Damn it. I thought I'd at least live to see another day. Shame.
I want answers. Why did Johnson try and buy my people's land? Why was Pitcairn targeting Adams and Hancock? What purpose would Washington's murder have served? Why does your order support the British?
How should I know? The Templars, Lee, the big man, Haytham, they has the money. They has the power. That's the reason I threw in with them. That's the only reason. Sure, they have some sort of vision for the future, too. I didn't give a damn about any of that. They can sing their songs about mankind and its troubles. They can make their plans and spring their traps. Don't bother me none. They paid me, so I said yes. Didn't bother to ask who, or how, or why. Didn't care.
You chose to side with men who would rob us of our humanity simply because it was more profitable?
What else is there? I'm not some blind fool to give up all I've got on principle. What is principle, anyway? Can you bring it to the bank? Don't look at me like that. We're different, you and I. You're just some blind fool who's always chasing butterflies. Whereas I'm the type of guy who likes to have a beer in one hand and a titty in the other. Thing is, boy, I can have what I seek. Had it even. Your hands will always be empty.
At ease, men! At ease! I said, lower your goddamn guns! This man's a hero! Oh, the General can be so stubborn sometimes. Piffle, he said, when we warned him something like this would happen. Piffle!
Stop.
He wanted to kill the commander. Nearly killed you as well. He was a scoundrel.
But still a man.
You're nothing if not consistent.
Where is Washington? I need to speak with him.
Bundled off as soon as your execution went sideways. He's likely on his way back to Philadelphia by now.
And so am I.
Something wrong?
He is still in danger. Hickey did not act alone.
Hey, Willie, how's it going? How's it going tonight? It's going alright. This is the second stream because the game froze on me.
It's quite impressive what you've accomplished.
Is that a compliment?
Now, don't misconstrue. I'm sure the whole endeavor will end tragically. But to have come this far, well, it's more than I ever expected.
The people yearned for freedom but feared to grab hold of it. That fear is gone now.
Thanks to you,
No. This they did on their own.
you diminish your role. But you have always been of humble heart.
I do what is right. No more, no less.
You cannot tell him.
I have to. Otherwise, he will never be safe.
He is safer not knowing. By planting the seeds of doubt, you threaten to topple his entire endeavor. If Washington is paralyzed, Charles Lee will strike. You'll cause the very thing you aim to prevent. Hunt the Templars, as is your duty. But do not drag these men
nice.
into it.
What's for dinner?
We must now all hang together.
Yes, we must indeed all hang together. Or most assuredly, we shall all hang separately.
You are once more our savior.
I must speak with the commander.
He's gone to try and hold New York. The British intend to take it. I fear we'll need to recall our men from Quebec as well. It's one thing to declare our independence.
Eggs and bacon for dinner.
Now, my friend, we must make it so.
So you're having a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Can't believe we're almost done with this game already. Then again, I'm not doing like half the missions. Oh, Desmond again.
Everything all right? Sean has located a second power source. I've asked Rebecca to charter a flight for us.
Where to?
Brazil.
Ah. At least we're seeing the world through a van.
You there, Rebecca?
Bad reception. Can you hear me?
Well, glad to see that's working. Guess I'll try you back when I'm topside.
Everyone's wearing green.
You copy now?
Loud and clear.
What's the plan?
According to our intel, the power source is being
Well,
warned
thank you.
by
Appreciate the
some
compliment.
tycoon's trophy wife. We're working on pinpointing her location, but she's most likely inside a VIP booth on the stadium's upper level. I'll update you when I know more.
Now to find a
You
ticket.
guys are more awesome.
We don't have time to play nice. Steal someone else's.
Bit of a dick move, don't you think?
Well, I guess you could try and sneak past security instead.
That doesn't look like normal security.
Because it isn't. Those are Abstergo agents. Cross is probably here too. You need to be careful.
I don't like being careful.
Hide! Hide! Look out!
I don't like hiding. I'm a man of action. That's another thing I noticed they've probably taken away from Assassin's Creed is like the requirements that you cannot be detected or you fail.
That doesn't look like normal security.
Because it isn't. Those are Abstergo agents. Cross is probably here too. You need to be careful. Abstergo agents. Don't let them see you.
Damn!
Quick, Desmond! Hide! Blend or do something!
I am doing something. I'm getting my butt kicked because you guys can't let me fight.
That doesn't look like normal security.
Because it isn't. Those are Abstergo agents. Cross is probably here too. You need to be careful. Look out!
Hey, Iceman, how's it going?
Abstergo agents, don't let them see you.
I'm gonna get caught. I thought maybe I could blend with the crowd. Kill them all. The game won't let me. Won't let me have any fun. All because I'm playing Desmond. Sissy.
That doesn't look like normal security.
Because it isn't. Those are Abstergo agents. Cross is probably here too. You need to be careful. Don't let them see you. Your target's definitely in the VIP area. The entrance is at the end of this concourse.
Go slow and low to get past. I know, but that just takes forever.
Abstergo agents, don't let them see you.
Where do you want me to hide? Like, once I get to this part, there's like nowhere really to hide.
Aquele cara tá maluco.
Alguém chama a segurança!
Run, run, poor Desmond from off.
That doesn't look like normal security.
Because it isn't. Those are Abstergo agents. Cross is probably here too. You need to be careful. Security's headed towards you. Your target's definitely in the VIP area. The entrance is at the end of this concourse.
Oh, come on. It's like there's nowhere I can go. Oh my gosh.
Don't let them see you.
How am I not supposed to let them see me? I'm in the middle of a... What do you call that? Promenade? There's nowhere to hide. There's not a single bush.
That doesn't look like normal security.
Because it isn't. Those are Abstergo agents. Cross is probably here too. You need to be careful. Hide! Hide! Your target's definitely in the VIP area. The entrance is at the end of this concourse.
Você viu este homem? Chame a segurança imediatamente se o vir.
Security's headed toward you.
Great. They've set up a checkpoint.
Oh, come on! This is the most stupid part of the game. Is when I have to play Desmond. No one cares about poor old Desmond. We want to play as Connor.
That doesn't look like normal security.
Because it isn't. Those are Abstergo agents. Cross is probably here too. You need to be careful. Security's headed towards you. Your target's definitely in the VIP area. The entrance
Você
is
viu
the
este
end of
homem?
this concourse.
Chame a segurança imediatamente se o vir.
Come on.
Security is looking for you. Try and stay blended with the crowd. Move too fast and you'll attract their attention.
Estamos procurando
Can't have you getting arrested.
Se ver algo suspeito,
Segurança! Segurança!
O que é isso?
Well, if it wasn't for Desmond, you wouldn't be playing as Connor, LOL. No, I'd still be playing as Connor.
Crowd and you should be okay. Or look for a way
Just
around.
wouldn't have to deal with Desmond.
Don't let them see you.
Seriously, what is the deal with stadiums and piss troughs? It's disgusting. And who thought they were a good idea?
Troughs are time and cost efficient.
I don't even see a stall in here. What if I have to take a dump?
Yeah, please just mute the microphone, if you do.
Ele sumiu, mas ele não poderia ter ido longe. Eu vi ele faz pouco tempo.
Watch your back, they're on you.
When aren't they on to me? That's the question.
Looks like I'm close. Shit! Another checkpoint.
You're gonna have to find another way around. Security's too tight.
Se não me deixar entrar, vou perder emprego.
Temos que verificar sua identidade.
Don't mind me, fellas.
Como assim? Trabalho aqui há 15 anos e nunca vi nada como isso. Quem vocês pensam que são?
Olha, aconteceu só isso. A gente não queria que acontecesse. Só aconteceu. Sinto muito.
Essa porcaria da verificação.
Sente muito? Ela é minha irmã, cara! A porra da minha irmãzinha!
Okay, I guess we can't climb up that.
A gente se ama. Pronto, tá aí, tá dito. A gente se ama e já faz muito tempo.
Eu achava que era meu melhor amigo e você aí transando com minha irmãzinha pelas minhas costas.
Você devia estar feliz por nós. Vou cuidar dela direito. Você vai ver.
Vai pra puta que te pariu!
Ah. How are you keep on missing the... There you go.
Almost there, Desmond. She's just on the other side of the stadium.
Other side?
That's what I was about to say.
Use the catwalks to get across.
I don't want to. It's high. And I have a poor sense of direction.
You're really close now. The power source should be in one of the rooms up here.
And you're gonna tell me which one it is, right?
Hurry, Desmond. If he gets away with the artifact, we're screwed. You can't let that happen. Better move. Okay, head for the metro. I'll hold the train for you.
Go where? I'm getting shot at! Gotcha, okay. Out of my way! The door's not big enough! Isn't guns a little excessive? I mean, why not train guns?
We can get back to Connor whenever you're ready, Desmond. Unless you want to plug in the power source first. Up to you.
If it's up to me, I just go to the Bahamas. Nope, guns never excessive. They can reach further than hands do. Alright, gotta figure out where I'm going. Today's the last work day. I guess Juno's telling me it's over here. Yay!
What is a fact? Is it fixed? Immutable? Certain in its existence and only awaiting discovery?
If this is a pop quiz, I didn't study.
Or might it be changed? Here we learned the answer and thought that it might save us. They were used to command, to control, to own.
Oh no. That's
But
one
we soon
chick I
discovered
don't want
another
anything to do with.
When enough sat in thrall and were told to believe, their thoughts took on form. What was imagined became real. If 100 minds could wish away a wall or create a tree, what might 1,000 do? 10,000? More? Might we change the consensus and will the thread away?
This is gonna be
We
like
resolved
Star
to send
Trek's
one into the sky
Enlightenment.
where it might
I didn't
illuminate us
graduate
all.
at Enlightenment school.
Once placed, a sentence would be uttered. Make us safe.
No, I think you're referring to your fantasies, buddy.
In this way, we would change the consensus. We would save the world. But it never came to be. We sent a dozen of them skyward, but there was no way to maintain control, to direct the beam, to enthrall the world, to speak the words. Though this was
Not
strange
mine.
and dangerous, what we tried
Are
next was
you
worse.
sure about that? Sure sounds like you were. Yes, I'm sure. Oh, alright. If you're sure.
Our first instinct was to travel back, to change the past. But we could not find a way. But forward, we could look forward. And so here we sought to see beyond ourselves and know what was to come. First we watched to learn if our work would succeed. But the answer was always the same. So we moved on to other things. But she remained. The one you call Minerva. In time, she too stopped looking, and instead began to speak. She called out across time, in the hopes that you might be saved. She hid messages where none might find them, save for you and those within this place.
Fascinating.
Tired of it. The cryptic warnings, the threats. Just tell us what you want!
But they are. We saw the Nephilim there. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them. Imagine trying to explain all this to a 2-year-old, to a grasshopper. When they said the will of the gods was unknowable, they meant it. Literally.
Using
I
a
killed
grass.
her, you know. I killed Lucy.
It was the apple, son. It was Juno.
I saw what she was. What would happen if I let her live? I could have stopped myself. I mean, there was a force there. But I didn't have to. I chose to.
Desmond.
Lucy was going to betray us and take the apple back to Abstergo. I saw the satellite launched. I saw them turn it on, and then... it failed. Whatever's on the other side of that door, it benefits Juno. We need to be careful.
My brain is fried from listening to these first civilizations. I guess I'm the grasshopper in this, what do you call it, scenario. I hope I'm going the right way. Have they ever stopped to wonder, like, what if they're powering up a giant railgun?
I wonder what stories the temple will tell me today.
But there's no like Starship Enterprise in this scenario. So I remember there was a episode of Star Trek where Captain Picard had one crazy idea. Is that there was a solar flare about to cook. No. That's not Star Trek. That's Stargate Atlantis. Is Shepard used the ship's shield to deflect the sun's
I'm telling you, there's something down here.
Don't be daft.
I don't know, maybe they were sleeping or something and we woke them. Some kind of cryogenics? Or hibernation? I mean, how do we know what the hell they were doing down here?
They were working on a bunch of different solutions, but nothing worked. Just went from one to the next, and then... I don't know. They must have left at some point. After the end.
I wonder what the world would be like if they'd succeeded.
I'm more concerned about what it'll be like if we don't.
Salvation. They found a way. Too late for them.
To the left, reflect the corona mass particle. Exactly.
So
well, in the show,
find the key. The past will tell.
In the episode, they basically they were living on, the initial planet of the Ancients. And they couldn't figure out why half of the planet was cooked, was just beginning life again, while the other half was not. Turns out that every couple thousand years, the chronomass would spread out and cook the planet, killing all life. The ancients were able to save a good portion of the planet within this field, but they couldn't save the whole planet. So the animal species figured out to come around those areas, especially the sea life. But Shepard had the idea to use the ancient battleship's shields to deflect the chronomass particle just away from the planet. Almost destroyed the ship, but they did it. It's a good episode, by the way.
Oh, look at that. I found a third power source.
Already?
It popped up in an earlier search, but I've only just managed to confirm it.
Where?
There's a museum in Cairo with one on display.
I guess Connor will have to wait.
No, you stay. We need to find that key, and time is running out. I'll make the trip.
What about Cross?
Everything's going to be fine. I'll be back soon.
Ready when
yes,
you are,
I've
Desmond.
seen all the Stargate episodes. I have two. Like, I have the whole collection of
Winter
Atlantis
approaches.
and
The air is still and sharp
SGA.
with grim
Hang on.
expectation.
Cutscene.
The others sense it too and go about their work with uncommon urgency. I would like to help them, but more pressing matters now demand my attention. The Templars have targeted George Washington directly, and will not rest until he is dead. I had hoped to shield him from this knowledge, but Thomas Hickey ended any hope I had of staying silent. And so I have resolved to share everything I know of the Templars and their plots, of who I really am. Achilles finds fault in this, and we argue every day, but there is simply too much now at stake to maintain restraint.
Don't do this, Connor.
Then what would you propose we do? Sit and watch while the Templars take control? We are sworn to stop them, or have you forgotten?
Assassins are meant to be quiet, precise. We do not go announcing conspiracies from the rooftops to all who pass by.
Who are you to lecture anyone? You locked yourself away in this crumbling heap and gave up on the Brotherhood entirely. Since the day I arrived, you've done nothing but discourage me. And on the rare occasions you've chosen to help, you've done so little, you may as well have done nothing at all.
How dare you!
Then tell me, on whose watch did the Brotherhood falter? Whose inaction allowed the Templar Order to grow so large that it now controls an entire nation?
If I sought to dissuade you, it was because you knew nothing. If I was reluctant to contribute, it was because you were naive. 1,000 times you would have died and taken God knows how many with you. Let me tell you something, Connor. Life is not a fairy tale, and there are no happy endings.
No. Not when men like you are left in charge.
In your haste to save the world, boy, take care you don't destroy it. Ha!
Wasn't it in Stargate that says, the young never listen? Actually, yes, I might have not said it correctly, but I believe it was the Nox. But yeah, I have like all the Stargate SG-1 series, all the Stargate Atlantis series. I will not buy or watch anything of Stargate Universe because I've seen like a few episodes of it and I did not like it. I felt like it was too much like Battlestar Galactica. Yep, from the Knots. It's Nox, but close. There is no K in Nox, it says N-E-X-S. Nox. I believe that's how it's spelled. Ooh, we're having a nerd bell right now. Nox. N-O-X. So I was wrong and you were wrong. I thought it was spelled N-E-X. But it's spelled N-O-X. The young don't always do as they're told. Okay, we can keep going for a little bit. Be right back. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I don't like it. I didn't like Universe. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Battlestar Galactica. But I felt that it was just not a very good iteration, like trying to combine two genres, because felt like it was more Battlestar Galactica than it was Stargate. Okay, so I need a tailor for this one. We haven't recruited her yet. And I know that I've heard there's rumors that they were planning on bringing back Stargate again, like doing a reboot with all the original characters, or some of them anyway. I don't know if Richard Dean Anderson would return, but they're saying that like Amanda Tapping would come back, Michael Shanks would come back. I don't know if Christopher Judge would come back. There hasn't really been much talk about him coming back.
Connor, you have a minute, my friend?
Is it coming, Big Dave? You make any progress on the knife? I would like to give it to Miriam soon.
The steel Norris smelted is something else. I've rarely seen such fine metal. The trouble is my old tools aren't hard enough to work it. The ones I need aren't hard to find. A shop or two in New York sell them at a good price. I'd do it myself, but with the regulars after my head, I'll stay here safe and sound if I can.
I have matters to attend to in New York. I will see to it the next time I journey there.
Sounds good.
But I don't know. I mean, if the... I don't know how I'd feel about, you know, another Stargate coming around. Me personally, I know that I might get hate for saying this, but I think, you know, them coming out with a Stargate, like, kind of how they did with Star Trek. You know, they had Star Trek with Captain Kirk, and then they went to Next Generation, and then they went with the other Star Treks like Voyager, Deep Space Nine, and stuff like that. I think it would be cool if they did create another Stargate. You know, a Stargate Next Generation or Stargate A New Adventure or something like that. You know, where we have just a small cameo from the original cast, like on the first episode, where the Stargate program was officially kind of shut down for a time. And Amanda Tapping, was doing her stuff, her research, whatever. But she is now like a general now, and she comes over, and they find out there's a new threat or something like that, or something. And Amanda Tapping is in charge of briefly putting together the crew and everything to bring back the Stargate program. I think that would be a pretty good show. But there is a... hang on, I need to get a... I'm talking a lot more now. I need to, as they say, wet my whistle. As long as they don't screw it up like they have the other shows and movies. Well, I thought like the movies that came from the originals, the series, like the Children of the Gods, were all right. I mean, I prefer the shows more. But the other thing is like how much of a demand is there for the show, because that's something that makes and breaks shows. It's like if there's not a demand and people aren't gonna watch it, they're not gonna do it. Not really talking about Stargate, but I like Marvel and DC shows. Oh, I do too. Although I think DC has had kind of like a rough go of it, because I mean, I personally never watched it, but I mean, I have, well, I shouldn't say I haven't watched it, but I have watched some. Like I watched a few episodes of Supergirl, and it's not that.
Beatrice, if you could spare a fight first, please.
It's not that the actress was bad. It's just I think the show is just kind of fell down. They screw up DC and Marvel all up. Well, Netflix did a real good job with some Marvel TV shows. Like they had The Punisher, which was phenomenal. They chose the perfect actor for it. The writing was on par. The story was good. And we find at the final episode, they gave it a great send-off because Disney was like, well, you could keep on doing this, but you're going to have to pay us a lot of money to do it. And they're like, fine, you guys want it? There you go. Daredevil was amazing. I loved it. I just didn't like... I didn't like the version of the Avengers that they did with it, because one, I didn't like Luke Cage. I didn't really read any of the comics, so I didn't know much about the character in the show. It was very confusing, because in one moment, you know, Luke Cage is like coming home. I can't remember if he was escaping from jail or if he was being released from jail. And then the next episode, they're doing something different, and then the following episode, they're doing something, and then we come back to this, and it's like, I'm so confused. Jessica Jones, I didn't really care for. Because basically she was like a drunk Sherlock Holmes that had super strength. As far as DC goes, I liked the Arrow. I thought, Christopher Abnell, I think his name is. Stephen Abnell? Or is it Chris? Oh, no. Stephen Amell, okay. Did a real good job playing the Arrow. Because my first, like, live-action actor who I felt I thought no one could surpass him. It was in the TV show Smallville, and I thought he was going to get his own show with his performance. But no, when the Arrow came out, I was like, whoa! He blew the role completely out of the water. Although it kind of felt like Batman in a way, but I didn't really mind that. But as the show went on, I felt that they were taking a little bit too much towards Batman. The Flash that they had for the Justice League was stupid and made Barry made Allen look like a punk that can't do nothing but cry, baby. I really do agree with that. Like, I wanted to watch Justice League, and then I saw the commercial where Batman pretty much was like, You're Barry Allen, the fastest man alive. Like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. And he throws a batarang at him. You see blue lightning, and everything's slowed down. He grabs it, and he's like, oh. I can't remember all the lines, but he's like, yeah, I don't have any friends. I'm pathetic. He didn't say it was pathetic, but he's like, oh, cool. I don't really have any friends. Can I keep this? And then there's a scene where, like, they did his speed, and he's like, I can't do it, I can't do it. And Batman basically had to lift him up and let's go, you know? But the Barry Allen from the Flash TV show, he does an amazing job of playing the character. Although, once they did Crisis on Infinite Earth, I feel like they kind of messed things up a bit. Because now everything's so confusing. But yes, the Flash TV show was good. I mean, I haven't seen any of the new seasons yet, but it's just like it just went so odd. But I will say this: the Superman TV show was Yeah. It's just I don't feel that the actor they chose was good for the role. It's like trying to put a skinny guy inside one of those big bulk suits. But it's funny though, and I heard a rumor that he was supposed to be cast as Superman for a new Superman TV show. Was Ray from AKA the Atom. Yeah, he was supposed to. The rumor was that they were supposed to come out with a Superman TV show, and he was supposed to be supposed to be Superman / Clark Kent. And I thought that would be phenomenal because he does kind of have the body for a Superman role. We saw it in Crisis Infinite Earth. Plus, he has that natural double chin, so I think he'd probably pull off the role pretty good. I don't like how they did Crisis on Infinite Earth, because you can't follow it whatsoever. Oh, I agree. That's one of the reasons why slight spoiler, well, we have been talking about kind of like spoilers this whole conversation, so, sorry guys. But, one of my favorite characters was Stein. I absolutely like that character. But the way he dies in the show is like he's been there for so many seasons, and you pick up on it that he passed away. He had to go through several different TV shows to get the full scene, and I'm like, he deserves so much better than that. It robs me of the emotion of Stein dying. I mean, try to imagine like Han Solo for a second dying, but instead of having that scene all at once, you have to watch little snippets of it, like within 4 different movies, and you can imagine how your emotions would just like be out. I thought, because I didn't catch this right away, but they actually had the original Firestorm in there. So there's a theory that, if you guys were wondering, this was back when Felicity, Snow was researching, trying to find her fiance, and she comes across the guy. And I didn't catch it until right away. It took me a little time, but in the comics he was the initial Firestorm. So people are theorizing that him and the kid end up becoming matched, and they become Firestorm. Personally, and there's another fan theory, is that Ronnie is not dead. You're talking about Ronnie. No, not, well, at that junction, I was, but no. I'm trying to remember. Because there was a scene, I can't remember the character's name. I want to say it's Dr. Jason. He was doing like a thesis, and he was Dr. Stein's assistant, I think, in the show, and he was told by the government never to show any of his research, and they confiscated it all. And so she was saying, am I paranoid or not enough? He was initially a Firestorm. I think it was in the comics. So there's theories that he will become Firestorm. Another theory, Ronnie was Caitlyn's husband in the Flash TV. Not until just before the Singularity formed. Ronnie was Caitlyn's fiance. They never officially got married until much later. They never, before Ronnie disappeared into the Firestorm Matrix during the Power Cool Accelerator, they were just fiance. They were engaged. Sorry. And then it wasn't until the Singularity, just before the Singularity formed, that they became they got married. Yeah, Jason Thomas Rush was the person she talked to, Jason Rush. He was Firestorm. So they're talking. There's a theory saying that people were thinking that he would become the next Firestorm. There's another theory, fan theory, are people thinking that Ronnie isn't dead, but he is in like a parallel world or dimension. I would say that is plausible, but I think the way they wrote it in the show is that he is gone. But, you know, I'm not saying no. You know, maybe Ronnie is in a parallel dimension or in some kind of weird planet where he doesn't spontaneously explode, that the Matrix is stabilized for him. Although we've never, now thinking about it though, we've never actually had a Batman TV show though. Like we've had Batgirl, we've had Supergirl, but we haven't actually had a Batman show. And I mean, Batman is probably one of the hardest characters to pull off. No, Connor! You were supposed to go into a hay bale.
Mein Herr would like...
trying to think. Really don't care much about the feathers. It says I have a new one.
What do you need, my friend?
Okay, so where do I... Would it be in consumable then? There's some mission items. Cause yeah, I think Caitlin and them just got married like the day of the singularity.
Captain's on a warpath for that deserter. What's his name? Big Man or some such thing? Big Dave. Did in a whole unit escaping, they say. Dave's in for a rough ride, seems to me.
Although I still wish where the hell is it? There we go. I still wish oh, what was his name? Tom Welling would become Superman again, but I think he said he doesn't want to be Superman because he wants to be closer to home or he doesn't have any interest in being Superman, which is fine. But I felt like he did a really good Superman though. I feel like I'm gonna be in New York for a while. There's a lot of stuff to do here. Although I think New York is probably about the only other place that we really need to go. I mean, I'm not 100% sure if we go to Washington, D.C. Or, you know what, we haven't had an Aquaman TV show, but I don't know if, like, we could actually... No, Connor! I don't know if they would have to have Jason Momoa play it. Alright, you probably should have stayed with the killers and got some more training. Man, that water's gotta be freezing. Alright, there we go. Oopsie daisy. Whoa, whoa. Careful, Connor. There you go. Pardon me. Just gonna take your loot.
Range happenings. Three-legged cat chases dog up trees. Read all about
Connor? Connor, have you been drinking? There you go, buddy. I don't remember what the other place was. What other place? What other locations we go to here? You made me miss it, you jerk. Well, guess we'll go for this one. Or actually, this one. cross over here. Yeah, there's trees so we can get to the next building. Gotcha. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4 almanac pages here. No, 3. Yeah, we're not even halfway done yet. You know, going back to our conversation with Stargate and Star Trek, there hasn't really been that many sci-fi shows that I really can get into. Like, I wish there was more shows like Farscape. Sorry. Just wanted the treasure, but no. Oh, for Pete's sake. Yay, I died because I couldn't even see where the damn thing was. Okay, got it. I feel like New York is like the last major city you visit. Like, whatever. Like, I couldn't even see where it was. God! These... Oh, another one. Jesus. Yeah, we're only gonna be able to keep this open for just a little bit longer.
These men have been found guilty of treason and conspiracy, crimes punishable by death. The sentence to be carried out forthwith before these witnesses.
They didn't do nothing. Please stop.
Move along, unless you want to join me. have been found guilty of treason and conspiracy.
I think after this viewpoint, we're probably gonna call it. We'll have to finish all this up tomorrow. Alright guys, I think we're gonna call it here. It is 8 o'clock in the morning. Tomorrow we'll finish up doing everything we are doing in New York. I think we're on sequence 9 now. So that means we have to finish 9, then we have 10, 11, 12. So that's 4 more sequences left to do. And then we're going to be doing Liberation, which is only 9 sequences long. And then after Liberation, we'll be going on to Black Flag. And after Black Flag, Syndicate. Unless you guys want me to play Unity. And then after Syndicate, it will be Origins, Odyssey, then Valhalla. Again, Monday's video will probably be my Star Wars video. Excuse me. And then we'll just be continuing on with Assassin's Creed until we're done with the series. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are number ones. Absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much. Hope you guys are all having a Wookiee-tastic day. And I'll see you all on our next adventure. Till next time, see ya!